Hey, welcome to my channel Travel and Treks with Nandagopal. Basically, I completed a 10-day Leh-Ladakh trip right now, and this video is all about giving you all the information regarding the trip, the tour plan, as well as the locations what is interesting. So come along. So basically, we had a briefing by the tour company Charaniga at Ramnagara. From there, we all started for our destination, which was Delhi first. From Delhi to Srinagar. So Srinagar was our first base camp, or whatever we call it, where we all assembled. So we spent the day in Srinagar, basically going through the Dal Lake, the famous Dal Lake with all the houseboats, and it's a beautiful lake as such to spend an evening. And of course, the backdrop of the lake is just amazing, as you can see, and it reminded me of all the great movies, Hindi movies and other language movies which were shot here, including Shami Kapoor. Never forget that. Then we visited the Nishad Garden and then the Shalimar Garden, which was very well kept with a lot of flowers and beautiful gardens as such. So we spent the day there, and then finally we ended at Lal Chowk, which is a history of its own. Obviously, it was a very controversial place when the militant days. Of course, now there's a change for better on the ground, and you can see so many people really there and then enjoying the evening, which is great. So in case if you are new to my channel, please hit the subscribe button and then show your support and share this video with your family and friends. So day 2 actually started with the Durga Naak temple, which is on Munshi Bagh Road, opposite our hotel. So we just took a quick darshan of this temple, and it's a beautiful temple, definitely worth the visit. So here you find a lot of people coming in morning itself for darshan. So after a quick darshan of Durga Ma, so we then headed out to Kargil town, and the route to Kargil town is again very scenic, driving through the Dal Lake Boulevard, and if you look at the backdrop again, it's fantastic. And from there we enter Sonmarg we have to enter through the 6.5 kilometer beautiful tunnel. So driving through this tunnel really shows up our government's initiative in terms of improving the infrastructure in the border areas, especially with defense in mind. So it's amazing. Also, there's another Zojila tunnel which is coming up, which is going to be the world's longest, in fact. And so then we hit the Sonmarg tourist town. You can see a lot of ponies there waiting for the tourists, so obviously people take this pony to go up the hill. So this is another very famous place in Kashmir, and since it's an Amarnath Yatra time, so we saw a lot of yatris as well, and a lot of welcome boards and arches. So just after this point on the right hand side, as the taxi is turning there, that's the entry to the base camp, Amarnath base camp. Right now we just stopped to take a pic of the Amarnath base camp. So if you look at it down, it's full of camps here. My god, it's a massive one. From here it's 14 kilometers distance, trekking distance. So here we go. Let me zoom and see the camps a bit closer. There that is. Oh, a lot of camps here. 14 kilometers from here is the Amarnath shrine. So after offering my prayer remotely from this distance, we travelled on the Zojila Pass Road. This pass road is definitely a very treacherous and dangerous road. A lot of broken roads which are getting repaired, as you can see there from the Border Road Organization, which is doing a great job. So this road you need to be extremely careful. In fact, 101% attention is required when you're driving on this road, especially with four-wheeler, because if you have a bigger vehicle coming your way, you definitely have to be very, very careful. But it's definitely a scenic and fantastic route to drive, and it's a long stretch. And then once you finish this, at the end you get the 0 point Zojila Pass point, so where you can stop and take some pictures and also admire the landscape around this particular point, and that's what we did. So after spending some time here, you proceed further, then you hit the Zojila Memorial, which is a good place to spend some time as well, also thank the Jawans. And so from there we again proceed further to Kargil town through the Dras sector. Dras sector is one of the coldest, in fact second coldest place on the earth, where the temperature can plummet minus 45 to 50 degrees C. Right, so that's the cold area, but then the landscape is just amazing. Photographer delight it is, you can see it there. Right, then we hit Kargil Memorial on the way. So we've come to Kargil War Memorial. Salute to our soldiers. Yeah, it's a famous slogan by this captain, Dil Mange Bor, when he was actually picking on the Pakistani soldiers. So once you enter the memorial, obviously you have the Jawans explaining in terms of how the battle took place and how we defeated the row country Pakistan in 1999. So, and then of course the entire display and audiovisual program etc. is worth the visit. Then you also get a view of the Tiger Hill, which is where the major action happened. So that's the Tiger Hill which is going to come up right now. There you see, that's the Tiger Hill which is right at the far end.
Okay, one more shot of the Tiger Hill. So that is the bigger one. This one is the Tiger Hill where all the actions happened.
So after that we proceed further. We hit this old wooden bridge.
This is the Harka Bahadur Bridge, very old bridge. Yeah, it's pretty stable. Some repair work is going on.
Then the Shingo River is flowing majestically under the bridge, which is very nice, and it's 7:30 in the evening, but you see this light amount of light which is there. Then finally we settle down at Siru View Hotel for the day. In case if you're new to this channel, please hit the subscribe button and share this video. Day 3 started with the visit to the Suru River bank.
So good morning. So today we will be again proceeding further to Leh, but before that a shot in Kargil town. Beautiful. Suru River flowing here. That's Suru River. And then of course there are the buildings on top.
So after a quick photo shoot we proceeded towards Leh. The route again is very scenic with some fantastic landscapes, and again you pass through some couple of big passes like the Namkila Pass and Potala Pass. So here we go.
So we are at the Namkila Pass. It's a beautiful place. Lovely view. 12,198 feet. So just look at this wild mountains. Of course we saw also some videos of when snow was there. It's full of snow. So it's two extremes basically, either summer or it'll be winter. That's how it is.
So after again some photo shoot here, we proceed further. Then we hit the Potala Pass, or Potala Top. So after the Potala Top, we actually proceed further. Then we hit this town called Lamayuru town, which is a very nice town with a lot of military presence. So that's something which is noticeable.
Army trucks keep going. So when a lot of army guys come, then we have to leave them the way. So they have the right of way. In fact, sometimes you will have some 30, 40, 50 vehicles continuously coming like this. This point is called Moonland. Lamayuru Moonland. You can see that colors of this terrain, right? It's a little on the crimson kind of color. And then if you look at this one, it's totally sand. And then just go on top. There's a different one with a little bit of greenish tinge. Amazing.
Last
Amazing.
point is basically the magnetic hill which we visited.
This is the point where they actually park the vehicle. And then it gives an optical illusion as if the vehicle is going up, but it's actually rolling down. Okay, so this is the magnetic hill.
So that was day 3 when we wound up our day. 4th day, of course, was a very, very important day for all of us. We were going to Kardungla. So the team is all kicked up and to conquer Kardungla. So the bikes and the TTs are off. The road, of course, to Kardungla is not an easy one. Broken roads, off-roading, and a lot of repair work is going on, and some of the challenging terrains and some beautiful terrains like this is what you see. So it's definitely a great journey to Kardungla, dusty as well at the times, right? So it's got everything in it, and you really enjoy driving on this challenging road.
So we just stopped in around 13,800 feet now. Okay, just see the scene, man. It's a wild place, just too wild. Dry place, right? So that's why the height is also very challenging here compared to, let's say, going the same height in, let's say, Uttarakhand or Himachal Pradesh or whatever. But there are a lot of green covers there.
So we go to South Pulu, which is about 15,000 feet. So you're continuously gaining height.
So now we've come to a place called Pulu, South Pulu, which is 15,300 feet.
So finally come to our place. place.
Hello guys, we have come to Kardungla top. It's 17,892 feet. So that's a great achievement today. And from here we will also be going to Tuk, which is again another village bordering Pakistan and India. That's the last village. And then Big Ship and so on. So here we are on the Kardungla top at 17,982 feet. Yay! Okay, so this is the final destination for which everyone works so hard. Here you can see it's like a market right now to take a shot. So that's the altitude, 17,892 feet.
So then finally, after managing some good pictures with the board and the milestone, so we started descending to North Pulu, which is about 17,000 feet, and that is where we can get some refreshments, a lot of hotels, etc. are there. SPI is everywhere, that's true.
So now we are in North Pulu. Earlier we saw South Pulu, that is around 15,000 feet. North Pulu is around 17,000 feet. So here there are a lot of tea shops and restaurants for break.
Now we are heading to Diskit, so that's a beautiful scenic location again where we're going to stay tonight. So that landscape is again amazing with some great mountain ranges, etc. So enjoy that. And as we proceed to Diskit, we stopped in multiple places to take photos, as well as finally we visited the largest monastery in the Nubra Valley, which is the Diskit Monastery. Very nice place, definitely worth spending time here. And also you can see the surroundings of this monastery, which has got some great mountain ranges, snow-capped mountains, valleys, and so on and so forth. So definitely a must-visit place. And so then finally we ended our day 4 very happily at Sand Dunes Hotel, which is a decent hotel in Diskit. So that was day 4 for us. Day 5 basically is to visit the last village of India.
Good morning from Diskit. So today we are going to POK border and then see some villages there, and then of course Siachen outpost as well. That's what they're saying. And then 2-hump camel ride and so on.
So the drive to the last village called Tang, which is after Turtuk, is a very challenging and very typical border-like area with rugged mountains and narrow roads and so on, and a lot of defense presence. Before that, you hit this bridge called Largia Bridge, which is very nice. You need to stop here, take pictures, because there's a nice clean river flowing down, and then of course the mountain ranges is fantastic with some beautiful rock cuts. So stop here and take some pictures like this, and then proceed further. So the next stop is obviously the Shock War Memorial, which is located in a very serene but formidable place of Ladakh, right? It shows the bravery and courage of our soldiers who have fought the enemy to protect all of us. So just pay your respects here, and then visit the souvenir shop, buy some things, that way you help them, and at the same time also appreciate all the views around, right? And also look at the names of people who have actually laid down their lives protecting us. So pay your respects here, and then proceed further to the last village of India, which is called the Tang village. But enter the Tang village, you need to enter first Turtuk, from there to Bong Tong, and then Tang village. So it's a very scenic drive along the Shock river, and before you hit the Tang village. So let's go there.
This is Bong Tong village. So we're going to Tang village now.
So we hit this bridge, which is a wooden bridge, so obviously only one vehicle is allowed at any point of time, and then the river which is flowing down also is pretty forceful as such, so that way only one vehicle can go on top of this wooden bridge. So that's what we're doing right now.
So we've come to the last village called Tang, which is Thang. So of course there's got a lot of restaurants here. And then you have to go on top, and that is where the border can be seen, POK border. So we entered Turtuk, and then the next village is the Tang. That's the border. So this is the last village of India, Tang. Jai Hind, Vande Mataram. Yes. So, salute to the soldiers. I wish they take back this Pakistan occupied Kashmir as well very soon. The weather got cleared, so now we are standing in the border, Tang village, and then there's the border what we see here. India here, India is this, what we see. And as I zoom down, you will see that there is a road going down, and that's the village plus the post as well as a temple, and that's the last point of India. And then after the river, the green patch onwards, it's all Pakistan, and you also see the post there, right? So there's a mountain because obviously it's of where the Pakis are sitting, right? So this is the border. I wish this is one day back to India, this POK as well, and I hope that day comes very soon. So here it is. So now the weather got cleared, so I'm taking one more shot. So that's the last post. What you can see there, this one, that's where you have the temple as well as an Indian border last post. As such, this area, all Pakistan. Okay.
So after this, we finally ended our day by visiting the sand dunes where the famous double hump camels were there. So some of them took a ride, others just watched and had fun, and then before we again retired to the sand dunes hotel. That was day 5 for us. If you are new to this channel, please hit the subscribe button and then share this video with your families and friends. Thank you so much.